When people think of luxury real estate in Los Angeles, they usually either think of Beverly Hills or they think of Malibu. But the fact of the matter is, it goes so much deeper than that. So, today we're going to dive into my top 10 neighborhoods when it comes to ultra luxury here in Los Angeles. We're going to focus on prestige, privacy, pricing, and certain individuals that live in these neighborhoods and why they choose these neighborhoods. So, let's jump right in. So the rules for today is we're going to focus on four main things. First, we're going to focus on privacy and exclusivity. Second, we're going to focus on lifestyle and location. Third, record-setting sales. And last but not least, to wrap it all up, ultra high net worth appeal. So in the genuine top 10, we're going to start off with number 10 on the list. Number 10, we're going to go with the Pacific Palisades. So Pacific Palisades is really going to be your luxury coastal living where you really get a sense of genuine community, meaning you're going to see the same neighbors at schools, you're going to see the same neighbors at the shopping centers, and you're really going to have that community aspect. So some of the main reasons people choose to live in Pacific Palisades is one is your ocean views, and also you have some great canyon estates as well. At the time of recording this video, the Palisades have been through a really, really tough time, especially the beginning of 2025 with the enormous fires that have ravaged that area. So unfortunately, those canyon homes especially really, really took a toll. But with that being said, in Los Angeles, we're always going to rebuild, and that is what's already happening. Also, it's very close to Malibu and very close to Brentwood, which if you look at the two, Brentwood's very family oriented and Malibu is obviously very, very exclusive. So we might see that a little bit later on the list. And typically when it comes to luxury homes in the Palisades, you're anywhere between $6 million and about $15 million on the higher end. And some of the residents that have lived there would be Tom Hanks is one, Reese Witherspoon's lived there, Ben Affleck has also lived in Pacific Palisades, and also Star-Lord has lived there. His name is skipping my mind right now, but that's how I know him. So, but his house is actually on the market now for sale, right around that $10 million price point. So very, very exclusive. And I suspect in the future, this is going to go closer to the top three of that list in the next 5 to 10 years. So we'll look back at that. And now going to number 9 on our list, we're going to look at Brentwood Circle and Brentwood overall. So Brentwood Circle, including Brentwood Park. Now this is very close to UCLA. Go Bruins. My grandfather went there. Shout out. And Brentwood Circle is notorious for being ultra private, yet very family focused and family forward with its level of prestige. Definitely a lot of prestige to live there. So it's guard gated, very, very large lots, and nice and quiet streets. So again, Brentwood's very family oriented, great schools, and of course you have that access right there to the west side, very close to UCLA. You can get on the 405 freeway and have access really, really to the heart of the city, very, very close by. LeBron James actually lived very, very close by. He's building a new house in the Hollywood Hills, but he also has ties to Brentwood. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger has also had long-time ties to Brentwood as well. So this would be perfect for a buyer that's looking for that privacy and also livability with community. Also, if you have some UCLA Bruin students or kids, this would also be a great neighborhood for you to choose. Now, going to number 8 on our list, one of my favorites is going to be the Hollywood Hills. So this would be the Bird Streets. All of the streets in the Bird Streets are actually named after birds. So you have Blue Jay Way. You're going to have a bunch of different types of birds. So that's always a fun thing. Main reason you have that is you kind of have a bird's eye view of Los Angeles. And if you're high enough, you also get the ocean as well. So in the Bird Streets, you have that modern architecture, and also you have, again, kind of like that jetliner type of view. You're so high up there. The Bird Streets are notorious for having very, very modern architecture as well. So very, very, clean edges. You're going to see infinity pools overlooking all of Los Angeles. And you're also going to have immediate access to Sunset Strip and Sunset Boulevard. So just straight down the hill. Now, one of the downsides of living in the Bird Streets is that in order to get up, you have a lot of turns, a lot of twists and turns to get down the hill. But again, if you want to view so high at the top and be all by yourself, sometimes the road can be a little tricky. Now, homes in the Bird Streets, they do go anywhere from about that $6 million, which is, again, the entry level for ultra luxury real estate. And they go all the way up to $30 million and sometimes much higher than that. But that's sort of going to be the range there. Now, some people that have lived in the Bird Streets is going to be Leonardo DiCaprio, Jodie Foster has lived there, uh, and it's really just been a hub for a lot of people in tech. Oftentimes, we see people moving there because they love the privacy of it. Again, very, very private. So people come from Silicon Valley have decided to move into the Bird Streets. Again, they love that privacy and really, really special architecture. And I would say that that is, where modern luxury, is really, really dialed in at this point with very, very unique houses and views. So going to number 7 on our list is we have the Oaks of Calabasas. So inside of Hidden Hills. Now this is very celebrity driven, and it's a gated community as well. So you're going to have some large, a lot of time newer construction homes, and again, very family focused here, but very extremely private. So in this range, you're going to see anywhere again from 6 million to about $20 million. But if you have a really premier lot, for example, Will Smith's home, it was so big that it actually has it's 150 acres, actually had its own zip code. That's how private it is. And for that one, I believe the price tag was somewhere around $100 million. I'll have to double check that though. Fact check me. And some other people that have lived there would be Drake has lived there. The Kardashians have had ties there, Kourtney Kardashian, and also Travis Barker, again Kardashian. So number 6 on this list is one of my favorites. It's gonna be Bel Air Crest. So this is more like resort living, but up in the hills. Each house is so grand. It's guard gated. It almost feels like you're going into like the U.S. Mint in order to get in the door. Like you show your ID, but I swear they're asking for your social security. So to get in is a little bit more treacherous. But once you're in there, you have a great amenities there too. You have a clubhouse, you have tennis, you have hiking trails. I think the HOA now is just under $1,000. So again, expensive but ultra luxury. That's what you get. Here you're gonna have estates from $5 million to 30 million plus. At the time of this video, Anthony Davis's house is on the market now for $39 million. So again, sorry to see him leave LA, but hey, I hope it all goes well in Dallas. We're rooting for him. And so again, you have really high net worth individuals that live there. The Kardashians have lived there before. They kind of have lived in all of the ultra exclusive yet private neighborhoods. So Bel Air Crest being another one. And of course, you have other entrepreneurs and families that have had ties in the neighborhood for a long time. So definitely just a lot of wealth, and it's very, very private again to get to Bel Air Crest, and it's tucked away, which also really makes it exclusive. So this is great for a luxury buyer that wants, some amenities and also really high level security and just beautiful homes. So number 5 on our list is gonna be Beverly Park. So this is gonna be maximum security with also maximum prestige. So it's double guard gated. So again, in order to get in, very, very hard to get into. It's an estate only neighborhood. So again, there's just homes there. It's really just for illustrious homes. And this price point gets pretty high up there. So I'd say at this point, it's about $20 million to get in, and it goes all the way up to that $70 million price ticket. So Beverly Park is very, very expensive, and they've had multiple record-breaking sales in Los Angeles. A couple people that have lived there would be Denzel Washington's lived there, Eddie Murphy's lived there, Magic Johnson's lived there. So if you own a U.S. sports team, this might be the best neighborhood for you to choose. And number 4 on our list, another one of my personal favorites, which is the Truesdale Estates. So this is where I would say architectural pedigree meets your views, and both are protected. So oftentimes in Truesdale Estates, you can't build beyond one level. So you have mostly single-story homes, very private and great views. So this is where you're gonna have mid-century homes, mid-century icon homes, really, with exceptional views. And again, the fact that you can't build up 2 stories is primarily to preserve those views. Because sometimes if you're up in the hills, different neighborhoods like Sherman Oaks, or sometimes in the Hollywood Hills as well, if it's not the Mulholland Corridor, which is another level of it, then there's a chance that you're gonna get your view blocked, or you're gonna have air conditioning units blocking your view, which nobody wants that. So that's protected here. In the Truesdale Estates, you're probably looking between $8 million to $35 million. And again, there's been some really high sales in the Truesdale Estates. So some amazing people that have lived there would be Elvis Presley lived there at one point. Jane Fonda has also lived there, and also Brad Pitt has had ties as well, and Jennifer Aniston. So to the Truesdale estate. So pretty special. Now, number 3 on our list is we're gonna have Holmby Hills. So Holmby Hills is really, it's gonna be a lot of old money, if you will, with that term. So these homes here are gonna be very different than you might see in the Hollywood Hills, where they're brand new, they're ultra modern. This is where you're gonna have homes that have, been there for 100 years or 75 years. So the inventory here is very, very limited, though, primarily because the price point can go north of $100 million. So in the Holmby Hills, you're really looking, I would say, $25 million to $100 million plus. And again, some of the largest residential sales have happened in Holmby Hills. So it's really, really special. One of them being the Playboy Mansion. So that's been one. And also just generations of wealth have gone through the Holmby Hills. So number 2 on our list is going to be Bel Air itself. So there's a version of Billionaire Row that goes the Platinum Triangle, which would be Bel Air, Beverly Hills, and Holmby Hills. This would be the Bel Air side of it. Again, here you have a variety of homes. You have some canyon estates, and you have some really, there's gated roads going up. Again, some of these driveways are extraordinary. So this is where you're gonna have massive parcels. It's pretty quiet. I would say it's very elite, and it's also very private. So the price tag here can be anywhere from $8 million to $150 million. Again, some of the highest residential sales have happened here. A couple of residents that have lived there. Elon Musk had ties there. Beyonce and Jay-Z also had ties there. And for a moment, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez also had ties there. They had an estate on Stone Canyon. It was such a beautiful property. It was very, very unique as well. And now, last but not least, is going to be one you might not have guessed, but it's going to be in Malibu, and it's going to be Billionaires Row on Malibu. So this is the ultimate luxury address if you live in Los Angeles. When everybody dreams of moving to Los Angeles and being on the beach, this is Billionaires Row, where you actually will have that private direct beach access, and you're gonna have that privacy with that access. Now, if you have a house on Billionaires Row, this is the ultimate gold medal, platinum medal of real estate in general. It's the number one option you could possibly have. You literally have a piece of the Pacific Ocean to yourself. If you're looking to buy here, though, you do have to have a blank checkbook with a lot of money in it, usually between $30 million and $200 million. So, just at the time of this video, there was a sale late last year, 2025, that was a $50 million sale to, he was a CEO, not the CEO, but a very high level at Google. And then another tech billionaire bought an off-market piece of land for $80 million. And so a lot of the times in this neighborhood, these types of homes will trade off-market. It's really, really special. So a lot of tech is choosing to go there because, again, the common thread through all of this is privacy, it's exclusivity. And if you can have those two with views of the Pacific Ocean and land, a lot of it, like, you have it all. And Billionaires Row in Malibu is the ultimate pinnacle of luxury, ultra luxury real estate. So it's so special. So luxury real estate in Los Angeles is like no other place in the world. And each one is so different, but still has a lot in common with the privacy, sometimes that price tag, notable neighbors that you might have. And if you like the views or you like the giant lots, all of it is luxury, but it's also unique. So if you're thinking about moving to Los Angeles and having a property unlike anyone that you've ever known or met, on this channel, I will break down every single factor of what makes each one unique, special, the pros, and also the cons, because there's some upside and some downside to wherever you live. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment with which one is your number one choice. Did I get it wrong? Did I get some of it right? How did I do? And I'll see you guys very soon.